Becoming one. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite a passion for loving, godly relationships. Join us as we discuss kingdom marriage principles on Becoming One, hosted by the Sabazans. Becoming One. Becoming one. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite a passion for loving, godly relationships. Join us as we discuss kingdom marriage principles on Becoming One, hosted by the Sabazans. Becoming One. Becoming one. For this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his own wife, and the two shall become one flesh. Becoming One, a program designed to strengthen marriages, challenge couples, and reignite a passion for loving, godly relationships. Join us.
Becoming one. There was a house that sheltered me, a place I knew by heart, where my own flesh and blood to find the space upon the chart. But a higher call was whispered, a path I had to find, to leave the safety of the past and leave the old behind. Now standing here before your eyes, my vow is spoken clear. A brand new life begins with us, to banish every fear. And we shall be joined, two souls entwined, a single purpose for the future of mankind. No longer I and you, but a covenant brand new, becoming one flesh, holy, honest, and true. A great mystery unfolds for all the world to see, the perfect picture of Christ and the church, you and me. My love to stand have set for me is higher than I knew. To love you just as Christ loves his church, devoted, strong, and true. That means I have to give myself, lay down my selfish pride, nourish you and cherish you forever by your side. You are my own body now, the air that I must breathe. And when I love my wife this way, my own soul I relieve. And we shall join through souls entwined, a single purpose for the future of mankind. No longer I and you, but a covenant unfolds for all the world to see. The perfect picture of Christ and the church, you and me. For the sake of peace and harmony, a gentle order starts. With reverence and respect, you guard the deepest parts. I am called to lead with sacrifice, and you to follow grace. A willing heart and humble mind, holding each other's place.
Right. Good evening. Good evening. Go ahead, Lady Sabi.
All right. So, welcome again to Becoming One. It's another Friday evening, second Friday in the month that we usually have our program. We're so happy to have each one of you out there on this program with us today. And
Yeah.
we are happy to have the Thompsons with us today as well.
Yes, but unfortunately, your mic is not working.
All right. So, welcome. As I was saying, welcome to each one of you. Welcome to Becoming One. We are here joined by the Thompsons today, and we're ready for another exciting conversation on marriage. What's the topic for today again?
Very interesting topic for today. Our topic is marriage after childbirth.
Ah, welcome to the Thompsons. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, and good evening to our viewers, listeners out there.
Good evening, and it's a joy to be here with you to be able to share with you on a very interesting topic marriage after childbirth.
Yes,
Yeah.
interesting. Very interesting.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, so I didn't mean for y'all to sound so cool. Come on, let's put
Ah,
some vibes in the thing, man. Or they say, quiet like
yeah,
you're good. Don't even know you're hearing yourself, Thompson. You're good. You're good.
yes,
Because it's an interesting topic, and
Yeah.
yeah,
and it's you said marriage after childbirth, but
yeah.
it should be it should be
Childbirth after marriage.
it should be
Well,
Ah,
marriage
childbirth
after
after
child,
yeah,
marriage,
yeah.
child. Yes, marriage after childbirth. What marriage looks like
after you have
after
After
you
you get
have a child.
children.
You
yeah
Yeah,
understand? All children.
yeah.
And this topic is you see some people who have one child, I could understand, and then there are some people who have two children. Some people who are so fortunate they end up with twin to begin with.
Mhm.
You understand? So some folks they started off, they pray to the Lord and God give them one child. Now there's two sides of this coin, eh? We could talk about let's talk about the joyful time, your first child. Great expectation. You have, you're praying, you're trusting the Lord, and now you have this first child. So you don't marry already. It don't matter if it's 1 year, 2 years, 6 months.
I find even before we go
Mhm.
all there, we want to give people a chance to share the life.
Yeah, well, let
Yeah.
people share their life.
Hmm.
That's okay. And I guess we can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So how you giving them a chance to share their life?
I say just share the life. Share
Just
the
share their life.
life.
Interesting.
Share the life. Those of you listening, just call up somebody perhaps or just share. Share if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, let somebody know that Becoming One is on and the conversation is about to begin.
Right.
We don't want nobody to lose out. We don't want nobody to lose out. Yeah.
So yeah. So we have many different angles we can take this conversation from
Hmm.
this evening. Right? So we can take it from the angle of because the thing is there's no stipulated time as to when someone would have a child. Right? So you can decide together when you want to get married. But after you get married, you still let's put that there. You still don't know when you
Hmm.
would have a child.
You might
You could
plan.
know when you would like to have a child,
Yeah.
but as to when you have a child, you have no say. Is that
Mm.
true?
Yes, I could attest to that because sometimes your expectation is not really what you will have. You might expect to have a child after 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 years gone,
Uh-huh.
no
3
child.
years, 4 years, 5 years, and nothing can happen still.
Yeah,
Or you might expect to have a child after 5 years, and at year one, you get one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I think and to help couples who may have this
I think
this
you need to put the mic a little
yeah
closer.
have this
Mhm.
this perception that once you get married you're supposed
Eminent.
to have children.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Setup.
and yeah and sometimes we put pressure on people too,
Yes, so
you
true,
know.
so true.
Start making all kind of
Yes.
cynical
When I will become a
comments,
godmother.
yeah, and all kind of cynical
Yeah.
Even the parents, well, am I going to become a grandmother?
a
Yes, yes,
grandmother,
yes. Give me two grandchildren. Yeah.
and after a while that could really become it could really get on your nerves because
Comes up pressure.
you know there's like they, we just bring food, you know,
Mhm.
bring food.
Mhm.
God is the one who
Decides,
gives, you
That's
know.
my
yes.
point, right? Exactly
Yeah.
what I said. You could plan your date for your wedding, but you could never plan
Hmm.
like when you will
Exactly.
become pregnant. Like so, some people have this expectation because they've been married 2 years, whether they are pressured by others to make a child or they themselves have that expectation and they're trying to make a child and it's like it's not working out and they're disappointed
Mm.
because they tell themselves, well, I ain't having a child. Like I trying.
Hmm.
The key thing here I want us to at least to put on the table is that God is the one who decides
Hmm.
when you would have a child,
That's it.
right?
Hmm.
So some people they wait 5 years, they try 5, 6, 7 years to have a child, and nothing. You understand? Nothing ain't happening. And when God ready, it's like now it's time for a child.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do? You gonna say, well, I didn't ready for the child yet, and God decides that.
Yeah.
So as He decides that, no child have to come, child have to come. You understand? Now they have, yeah,
Yes.
uh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, and then you have to think about the part where you would think about like okay, so you have these two folks there who make up their mind for a child, you make that child,
Mm.
and you conceive, and then boop, you have a miscarriage.
Mm.
So even
All of
that
that.
is another area
Yes.
in marriage
Yes.
where it can, put a pressure
Hmm.
on the people. Because imagine the expectation you had prior to conception, and then finally conception happens because you wanted it. You pray to God and you feel like, hey, this is answer to my prayer,
Hmm.
and then you lost the child.
Yeah.
Well,
That's a tough one.
you know, brother, the Bible is complete. All of the information we need to be able to live a, I'll say, a peaceable life, a
Okay.
life void of stress and anxiety.
Hmm.
The word miscarriage is in the Bible, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So it tells you that that is something that happens in life.
Right.
But we have some strange beliefs that because you are a believer, there cannot be a miscarriage. Who says so? You know, the Bible tells us that some of the women of God, they could not, they were
Yeah.
barren.
Yes.
They could not
Hannah.
bring forth. You know,
Hmm.
So some
so
people say,
comes
"Barney
back
said,
to it,
of
say,
course."
it's God. When is God timing? Mm.
Had. Yes. That's it. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly. In God's
Yeah.
In
hand.
God's
And
hand.
when God
You know?
says, yes, we can plan, we can make our plans, but what are God's
Yeah,
plans?
and work hard at it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Boy.
You know, so
What are God's
so
plans?
yeah, and I mean it's a tragedy to see a Christian family, a Christian couple, you know, married and thing and they cannot have a baby. A baby is not coming.
Right.
And they begin to become frustrated and
Mhm.
angry and want to turn away from God.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And sometimes they take things into their own
hands.
hands.
Yeah, you
You
know,
know, one might decide, okay, well, you look like my husband can mix, so let me see.
yeah, you know,
Uh-huh.
and we don't understand that part of the mystery of God. You know, but we have to walk in life with whatever God allots us to.
Yes.
You know, and if He
Yes.
says that you know, I want you all to live and to mother and father other children that is not from your womb,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
from your seed. That
Mm-hmm.
that is that is that is that is that is
Mm.
that is what we have to accept.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
I really believe that each Christian we have a cross
Yeah.
to carry. I don't know what your cross might be. You might not know what my cross is, but each one of us we have a cross to carry,
Yeah.
and it's if God give us to carry it, it means
He
that
gives the
we
grace. He
He
gives
gives
the
the
grace.
grace.
But the thing is, in
Yeah.
marriage, we made a vow to love and honor and cherish.
Mhm.
It has nothing to do with how much children, how many
Yes.
children you're willing to have.
Yes.
Your vow is to your partner,
Yes.
and that's something you have to maintain, whether
Uh-huh.
children or not.
Uh-huh. I'm so happy you brought up that point because a lot of the times I think what happens is that people, when they think about marriage, they think about all the things that they can attain and get from marriage. And they don't think about what am I giving to the marriage? What am I bringing to the marriage? I am the one that is vowing to love, to cherish, to honor in sickness and in health. And that's another thing I often hear people say they leave out that part of the vow. They're not saying that because they don't want sickness and they don't want, but these are things that are part of life.
Mm-hmm.
From the time Adam and Eve sinned, you know, sickness
Yes.
came in. It's not that we're pledging or asking God for sickness and for things, bad things to happen to us. But we are vowing that should that happen, should that be our cross, should that be what God allows, then we will continue to remain together in sickness, in health, sorry, um, till death do us part.
Whether you have child, whether you have a child or not,
Yes.
you should remain together. I mean, this
Oh,
morning I
yes.
was listening on the radio, and this gentleman was talking about this guy you had on Trevor with this English accent, and he was talking about he and his this man and his wife couldn't have children, but they didn't make that an issue.
Yeah.
What they did was they had extra room, so
Yeah.
they took it upon themselves to to teach other children in the community and to feed
Mm-hmm.
them and to
Yeah.
encourage them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
And the
it
impact
turned
that they
into
had.
Yeah.
a marvelous story. So
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
people may look at the situation and go get depressed forever, and then you have this situation sometimes if it is, for example, if you look at it, ladies talk about it on Sunday, if it is the man, for example, let's say he's the one who cannot um impregnate his wife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Some wives may even seek other options.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So like you guys talk about it with Abraham and Sarah, let's get somebody else in the marriage,
Mm-hmm.
because
Create a
we can
problem.
get that, we can have no child. But if we could swing it to a point to where you now have a child, be it 1 month after he was married, and I don't say it's impossible because some people they'll be pregnant prior to marriage
Mm-hmm.
and they get married after pregnancy. So the situation is it is diverse under the circumstances as to when um marriage happen and when childbirth happens, right? I'm trying to be as real as possible here because these
Mm-hmm.
situations do occur,
Mm-hmm.
and though unfortunate, and the right way and the correct way should be
In
in
marriage. In
marriage. There
marriage,
are
of
some people
course.
who get pregnant first and married after before the baby born,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And there are some people who get pregnant in the night of the
So true. So true. So true.
Oh, you just do
You didn't
that.
plan for that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
yeah,
well,
just
yeah,
shake,
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
shake
yeah,
it out, you
yeah,
just
Yeah,
shake
yeah,
it.
yeah,
No, well, you
yeah,
don't have to check it.
yeah,
They know. They
God,
know.
but not only that too,
Yeah.
and we armchair George like to try to speculate
Mm-hmm.
and figure out,
Yes,
you know,
that's not
oh,
right.
well, they were living in sin before,
As an
and
expert.
all
Mm-hmm.
this kind of thing.
That's no
We not
business.
we not we not we not we not condoning sin, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and fornication and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it happens that
Yes.
maybe
Yeah,
a
Oh yeah.
month, 2, 3 weeks after you get
that's it.
married, you conceive. God
Yeah.
say
Right.
that is time, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then we have, so then, so then we have this journey. We have this journey because we don't want to jump to the child yet because it's a process. So let's go with the journey, the 9 months journey, like what it is like for persons. And I know many persons probably listening tonight or will view this and say they would remember when they were pregnant. And I say when they were pregnant because I understand no, it's not the woman alone that is pregnant. I mean, she's just carrying a baby, but as a husband, I was pregnant twice. You understand?
yeah.
Because if you take this stance that your wife is the one that pregnant and you can't see like you pregnant, you won't be carrying your wife's burden even during the delivery time. A man should be carrying his wife burden. You should be feeling the pain your wife feel. But we'll get to that part. So let's go through the 9 month period now.
Yes.
What can it be like, you know, leading up to conception? No, delivery.
Yes.
Delivery?
Yes.
Right, delivery. So we're looking at the 9 month period. So
Yeah.
when the first month happened, we're not doctors, but you guys have children,
But
so
let's talk
we
about
have
it.
children, so let's
Let's
talk.
talk about it. How was do you remember, Sister Thompson? Do you remember when you first conceived, when you found out you were pregnant and all of that? Do you remember your first response to it, or how you acted, or how you felt?
We actually were trying to praying for to have a
Right.
and actually going to have a miracle happen.
Uh-huh.
And for some reason, I missed the period.
Uh-huh.
And then it's something that is not common.
Right.
So,
Yours was regular.
yes,
Right.
yes. So I said, okay, well, let me check it out.
Uh-huh.
And then just to find out what I was a test.
Yeah.
And we confirm it.
Yes.
And
Wow.
I kept the test all
Ah!
the plus sign.
Yeah.
I kept it for all the years.
Oh, wow.
Until my daughter discovered it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was a blessing and
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but in the midst of that you have all the you have to look at 9 months ahead
Uh-huh.
and all of the whole journey.
So we get in there. So we get in there. Like
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
so now,
Yeah.
now we are pregnant, right?
No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait,
Now we are pregnant. What
Uh-huh.
are you feeling as a man?
as
So
the
yes,
father.
as a man.
Yes,
Well,
yes, that's a fact.
it's filled with excitement, anticipation.
Mm-hmm.
For me, there were periods of worry,
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want anything to happen, and there are times when the wife would face challenges,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to 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 to, to keep what is in the womb
Right.
Mm-hmm.
there for the period.
Right.
So period of stress and anxiety, I would say,
Yeah.
worry. You
Mm-hmm.
worry about the whole birthing process,
Mm-hmm.
the safety of the wife and the baby in that process. The thought constantly comes to your mind during that whole 9 month period, what that would be like. Um, there is, of course, great excitement that what that baby will look like. Who is gonna
Yes,
look
yes,
like?
yes,
Is he
yes.
gonna look like? Is he gonna look like me? Oh my God! Whether gonna be a boy or girl,
Yeah.
we didn't want to know.
Oh, you didn't want to
No,
know?
no,
Oh
no,
my
no.
gosh,
So
man,
it was
I cannot take that
we didn't want to know at all.
suspense.
We thought we
Okay.
were gonna leave that up to God,
Oh,
because as the old patriarch, they didn't know. It's
oh
only
well,
when
right.
the
It's
child
true,
came,
it's
they
true.
knew, you know.
And the gynecologist was that was she didn't tell she wasn't doing that.
Okay, okay.
Wow.
Wow.
So for
So
Wow.
me, if I could remember, it was great anticipation to
Mhm,
conception. So
mhm.
no, conception takes place, and you get a plus sign. Like, wow, be a father, and the joy is like a special feeling you have that you are going to be that. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think the first time it was more of the joyful feeling, and then you watching your wife belly, you know, extending, and remember the first time the baby kick, and you
Mhm.
put your hand there, say kick him, you're communicating the baby in the belly, it's really, a joyful feeling to watch that. But at some point, sometimes the baby grows and grows, and then you have some challenges where the wife body start changing in a certain way. Sometimes they get to know it knows it all. You understand?
Okay, let me cut in
But
here.
let me just
Ah,
I
ah.
find the audio low enough.
Yes, the
I just
volume
asked
is a bit
someone
low.
just to verify that.
Yes,
So
the
let me
volume a
just
little bit
adjust
low.
it. Just a second. But
Uh-huh.
it's on, but I think
Yeah.
I'll just have to adjust it. So no, man, it's on. It's on.
Once it's not marked mute, it's
Yeah. So you just adjust the audio here for you guys.
uh-huh.
And we're gonna come back. Love and honor.
Respect for each other,
Difficult conversations.
godly relationships.
Let's talk about sex.
I really want to see marriages thriving.
It hurts to see broken relationships
Let's build marriages together.
becoming one. Love and honor.
Respect for each other,
Difficult conversations.
godly relationships.
Let's talk about sex.
I really want to see marriages thriving.
It hurts to see broken relationships
Let's build marriages together.
becoming one. Shut it down. You will not get shit. Just work. All right, so I think we should be much louder now. Everybody.
1, 2, 1, 2,
Alright.
3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
We're doing too much now.
Lovely.
But we good.
All right.
Lovely.
So,
Mhm.
right, thank you, my friend. Okay, so we're going to
9 months.
9 months
Yeah.
stretch.
What we go through.
9 months straight. A real stretch.
It's a real
Yeah.
stretch.
That 9 months.
as you get
It's like
closer,
9 years.
it is even more. Sometimes the joy turns into worry
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes, again, people have different situations.
And different challenges.
Some have
Yes.
complications.
Yes.
Some have it really good. Like,
Mhm. I don't think I had, for
Some
me, I did not have much of what people call
morning sickness.
morning sickness and any kind of thing like that. I didn't have that. Very, very early with my first son, I had a little bit of, and I think perhaps, I just remember once I ever had, right? I think it possibly was because I didn't eat, right? But besides that, I didn't have anything. I didn't have no morning sickness, no, all right. For the most part, coming down to the end, I find my foot started looking a little bit big, right? And of course, as my husband said, I knows it all. I knew it all because
she
my
was
my
very intelligent.
my nose,
One thing about the marriage, she was very
my
intelligent.
nose
And
was so. Oh my
she knew it all.
gosh,
And,
I didn't
Yeah.
like at all
you know
how I
how some
looked
people
pregnant.
appearance start changing.
Yeah, I was.
Some people
Yeah.
some people get more beautiful, and some people just get more.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it was sort of trying for me because
Mhm.
I was thinking about after the baby was
Mhm.
born, and so I tried to work, no take no vacation, nothing,
Oh
and so
my.
save my vacation for after the baby born.
Okay.
And so I kind of push it a little hard.
Oh.
And I remember my boss at the time, he said, because my foot was swelling a lot.
Yeah.
He said, you just need to
rest.
stay home.
Yes.
And the day I stay home is the day I end up in hospital.
Wow.
But not to have a baby, but because I started having the fluids had leaking.
All right.
And because I was doing a lot, I wasn't, as you, I was fortunate enough not to have morning sickness and all those things, but I was sort of feeling the pressure of having to get stuff done so that I could take care of the baby as I should when the time come.
I think for me too, I woke up to the last. I was like on my feet.
Yeah.
I didn't have no problem. So I was like waking up to the last. I was fortunate. You
That's
know?
your experience,
Yeah.
but some people have it.
Some people have
some
it
people
tough.
end up in the hospital and
Bed rest.
Oh,
Yeah, bed
I
rest,
remember
yeah.
one thing though. I coming down. I can't remember if it was my first son or the second one, but I remember I did end up in a hospital. Right. The reason being is that I realized that my urine. One day I was passing urine and I realized it was looking a little red, and that's how I ended up. But after they did the test and so on, I think it was closer to childbirth, so they kept me.
some
All right,
people,
but it wasn't anything
some people
big.
have,
Yeah.
some people have it,
Mm-hmm.
it's not so easy for everybody,
Yeah.
you know. And I still talk about
Mm-hmm.
childbirth
Yeah.
process,
Yeah.
you know, to giving birth and after birth. Once there's conception, the whole idea of having a child.
There's a lot.
in
There are a
your
lot of
life.
changes.
The anxiety too.
Yeah.
A lot of anxiety and fear and worry because you have not been that way before as a woman, and it's kind of stressing. You don't know what to expect.
Even during that time. Even during that time, if we talk about intimacy as well, because I want to go there just a little bit, not too deep, but right? Your body changing, you're not feeling confident about yourself. You just want to stay away from that. Although the doctor, people will say you should continue up to the end once, nothing is wrong. But to me, I just didn't want to go there. That's the honest truth. I just
And I think that's the real
don't
side
touch
of
me,
it.
don't.
I think it's there's risk with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's
some
But
risk
different,
associated with that.
different person, different.
Yes,
things,
depending on
so
what your
I must
pregnancy
say
is
that
like.
way because what I don't want happening here tonight is that after we finish talking, a woman who's pregnant or she was looking for you and
There is. But as I said, there's some risk with that.
But Thompson,
Yeah.
yes, there's some risk.
There's some risk.
But the doctor tell you based on your situation.
Well,
I put it like that, because right, man, some people have an idea in their head, and then because of the idea, maybe a friend tell them something, or maybe they watch something somewhere and they figure, listen, I want this child bad, right? If me and you get intimate, we're gonna lose the child. So you know what? I don't want to lose my child, and I know you want the child too. You know how to go for the child. Now you have the child, nothing for you until the child born. And I was saying that
follow the doctor's
you can't
orders.
take that concrete statement without having proof of, you understand?
Yeah.
Because every human is different. Yeah. To me, I didn't feel like I missed anything. To be honest, I didn't miss anything in that period. You understand?
It's a balance. You have to understand the risk and all of that that is involved in that.
Take your time.
I think the fact of the matter is you should see it as a journey,
Right.
as walking along a path that you have never walked before. And in retrospect, no, I think you should try and enjoy every moment of it.
Oh yes.
Every day, of that whole process. From since you get the news that my wife is pregnant, you're gonna having a baby. I think every day for me, I find every day was like a new beginning, because every day there's something new to experience.
Right.
Yeah,
In the journey.
Yeah, in the journey, you can't wait for any wife to come home to to see her, to look at her body
Right,
changes, etc. I think for me that was kind of the exciting part. The changes as the months grow, the belly became bigger and bigger.
Yes.
And then
Mine
don't
was
really
huger
dig
and huger, not just
Yeah.
bigger and bigger. Mine was
and
huger and
the fact
huger.
of the matter too is that he got books and stuff
Uh-huh.
to prepare you that I could read
Yes,
for
I
when
read a lot too.
yeah,
You read a
that,
lot.
and which was very important and very useful
Yes, yes,
to
certainly.
to be have a healthy baby
Mhm,
and for your health as well.
mhm, mhm,
So even
Yes, yeah.
the food that you eat
Mhm.
is very important as a pregnant woman. I mean, try to stay away from this KFC and thing as best as possible.
mhm.
Try
Oh,
to
you
eat
know, yes,
healthy,
But some people
eat
crave
healthy,
it.
but they say sometimes the baby is making you crave
crave
something.
people craving all
I
kind of
was hoping
thing.
my wife will like crave some
I didn't crave.
seafood, but unfortunately she
Nope.
didn't crave
Mm-mm. I don't think I craved anything.
it. You know?
I don't think I craved
So I
anything.
bring that to the
Yeah.
Joella says, very true. Intimacy in pregnancy is different for everyone. Some ladies rises during that time, while others decreases. Yeah. So you have to know, and you see the education that is needed there is so important.
Yeah.
Because we having this conversation,
Uh-huh.
and even during this time, husbands who don't understand
Mhm.
what is happening
Yeah.
have a false perception or incorrect information,
Yeah.
or probably choosing to believe one side of the thing, or maybe one brother may say to his friend, "Hey, brother boy, my wife was on fire during that pregnancy
That's
time,"
the
and he
experience.
trying to figure out how come my wife go on
Yeah.
ice.
Something wrong with
Why
my
is she
wife.
cold? Why is she so cold? Something
Yeah.
wrong. Oh, yeah, my partner tell me it's supposed to be on fire, but you're not your partner's wife. You understand? So education during that period is very important.
Oh
And the type of
yes.
support you have, I still believe that women should have, and men as alike should have, a partner who will give them correct information,
Yes.
or
Yes.
at least try to read a book to get something.
Yes.
But
Go
prior
online.
to
Yeah.
the whole pregnancy thing, if you know you're interested in that, start to learn
Yes.
about it. So you have, you ask questions to people who had children in the past. You try to find information, accurate, good information that can help you. So when you get to that place, it's not that you wondering what happened and you don't know. Now when you lack that information, you're prone to make a lot of mistakes. And at that time, I'll be telling you the truth. Sometimes, boss, the enemy will attack your marriage sometime when your wife is pregnant if you're not aware of what you're dealing with. You understand the attack? Because if you are a man, we talk about the ladies libido, but what if you're a man who have a high sex drive, right? I know your needs, you don't know how to suppress that, you don't have no self-control during that time. So your wife can give you what you want, and as a man, now we're talking about marriage after childbirth. So here we go. During childbirth and after childbirth, once a child is in the womb, and when the wife reaches a stage where maybe your intimacy is affected, how do you as a man handle that? You guys talk about what could be done to ensure that everybody is happy. Because again, a baby is not an excuse for you to, boycott your husband for a whole year. For a whole year. A whole year, John. And some ladies do it 9 months since they get pregnant, they say nothing for you. And then even after the pregnancy, you have a 6 months period again. So a year plus. And the man there, and you have to understand. And you love. Right? So you want to be real
And
as much as possible.
this is real. This is real. But I think what is very important is that husband and wife have a conversation, talk about things, talk about how you feel. You need to ask questions as you go to the doctor, right? And as my husband said, you need to read a lot, go online and find out about information, because what you might be thinking might be far from the truth.
I want to say
What
together.
you Yes, together. So one person alone should not have all the information, right? Both of you
Discuss it,
should have the information.
talk about
If
it.
you read, then share it with your husband. If your husband reads or looks at something, then he should share it with you, so that both of you are on the same page. You understand things better. When you go to the doctor, ask questions. The wife should not be visiting the doctor on her own by herself, and that try as much as possible. Be there,
Be there in the
right?
room. In the
Be
room.
there,
And
be
let's
there.
talk about
Be a
that
part
part,
of the process.
the absent men.
Mm,
Because the wife must be there. But some men make it an excuse. for my 2 children, I was with my wife at every doctor visit.
Yeah.
I drop her, and I know, bro, it's same for you. You understand? Up to childbirth. Man, I remember when the first son, when the wife, she stayed in labor a little while. But now I came home and I was in labor too. I was on the ground rolling and crying for God. I said, God, I'm praying. You understand? I feel everybody. I call people and say, "What? I need prayer back up." God, I want a child. You know what I mean? And it was a real thing for me. So not only I give birth on that, understand? It was a real thing. You understand? Right? So we have that aspect of that. And then let's talk about, do you have anything to add there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What you did? Tell me what you did.
With that.
It was in the room.
I was in the room, man.
You
Yeah.
saw everything
I ain't
happen.
missing in that part,
You didn't
nothing,
have
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah?
Oh
It
yeah.
was quite funny how he said everything the doctor said.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, everything the doctor say, he repeated it.
That nervousness.
Yeah,
He was nervous. Ah, yes, yes.
That is an experience.
Ah.
I think if you've experienced that, you know that there is a divine order in that,
Oh yes.
in this whole
Definitely.
process. It's not just a simple thing as we think. There is a God who has designed this whole process.
Oh yes, indeed.
The birthing process is not a simple process.
At all.
My God.
Hmm.
If you have any doubt about the role God plays and in this whole process, once you've witnessed it, you would know it's not just about a woman pushing a baby out with a doctor and nurses inside it. They really have no control over that process of literally that child coming out from the womb. It's just a divine process.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And once that child comes out, wow, it's like it's if you have seen someone die, you could appreciate the birthing process. You know, when new life is just an experience. It's an experience that really transforms the way how you look at life.
Right.
You know, if a man has witnessed the birth of his child, it's very difficult for him to do anything to harm that child.
The bonding process.
Yeah.
The bonding starts there.
Yeah.
Well, even in the womb, but it's part of the bonding process.
So we also want to look at the financial side of things, because many persons don't prepare for that. And man, having a child and some of the things that can happen during the 9-month period, going after it. I don't know if we will finish up this program tonight.
Yeah, we will.
Marriage after child, but we try our best. So during that period, you have the frequent doctor visit. If you are very meticulous and you want the best for your wife, you may need to see a private doctor. You may want to go on a scheduled time. You want someone who could follow the process very well. Some women may want that and cannot afford it. Some men may want it and cannot afford it.
Not that we're saying anything wrong with the other.
Healthcare is
Yes,
very good.
but it's
Very
just
good.
that sometimes you have to wait a long
We
time.
did both, right?
Yeah, we
So
did
for the
both.
first child,
We did both.
realized,
Yeah.
from the second month there on,
Yeah.
every month we have insurance at that time.
Yeah.
So every month you have to pay this 150, I think it was, just to do a check. You understand?
The plus with that one is that you have an appointment and you go and you get you get checked sooner. But with the other one, you have to wait according to which time you reach. You have to wait.
First come, first
You have
serve,
to wait
yeah.
a long time. So
So you should choose what you can afford, and don't frustrate yourself, because you don't want to be
check out your
at that
options.
time.
Mhm.
You know, they don't feel like the medical center is not good enough. I believe in Green is good enough.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes.
And
Medical
that's
center.
Thank God.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
We have
yes.
very good
Oh
nurses
yes.
and
Excellent
other health
doctors. Yes.
practitioners.
Oh
So,
yes.
And depending on where you go, sometimes you don't really have to wait long.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's one part of it. So you have that. But the interesting thing is that it carries through it. So the intimacy will go after both, right? So you need some information. The wife just passed out a whole big child. Like that. Right?
Hold on. Let's wait.
Hold on.
Step back a little bit.
Hold on.
To be honest.
Hold on,
Let's-
because there are people who have had premature babies too.
Yes.
Well,
And
yeah, some people
that's a
as you say.
serious,
Cesarean.
seriously
Yeah.
tasking
Cesarean.
process.
Mhm.
And it could be very, very challenging for
Mhm.
those with the premature to walk through that
Mhm.
2 or 3 months.
Mhm.
The C-section
Yeah.
is another
Because you
thing.
can't lift anything heavy.
I
You
have a
have to.
colleague whose wife
Yeah.
just gave birth by C-section a couple days ago,
Mhm.
and he's saying, "Man,
Mhm.
I ain't getting no sleep night or day
Yeah.
because
He has to carry.
my wife
Yeah.
can't do anything."
Yeah.
And that's something I
Yeah.
think a lot of people not aware of.
Mhm.
And a lot of men, you have to step up.
Mhm.
You have to become mother now. You have to
Yes.
think that
Do
child,
everything.
feed that child, bathe that child.
Because even the
for
baby, they may
baby
not be able
sleep.
to
The
lift.
whole
Yeah,
baby.
because she's bedridden. She
Mhm.
can't even come off the bed, etc.
That's a
And
different
he said to me,
dynamic,
"Man,
right
I
there.
get peed on last night."
Oh gosh.
You know? Yeah, because it's just so you really can't tell what will be that birthing process as I go back to whether it could be a C-section or a natural process
Sometimes
you
it's a
don't know.
or
difficult
premature
normal delivery, but
or
it could be difficult.
difficult,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
And
So
for those with the premature, sometimes the baby has to stay a
Oh,
longer
long time,
time
yeah.
in the
6 weeks or more in the
hospital.
hospital. So that's what I'm saying.
It's a process.
It's a costly process,
Yes.
not just financially. It takes a lot of you emotionally,
Yes. Oh, yes.
physically,
Yes.
psychologically, spiritually also.
Oh, yes.
It's a draining process,
Yes.
and you have to be prepared for
Have
it.
to be.
You know,
Have to be.
mentally, you have to
Mhm,
prepare yourself mentally um, for that process,
Oh, yes.
and that's why it's so important that you have an excellent relationship with your
Yes.
wife.
Yes.
To walk. You might, based on what's you have 2 babies on your hand,
Yes.
and you have to take care of your
both
wife,
of them.
Yeah.
clean up, thing, etc.
Mhm.
And then you still have to take care of the baby.
Yeah.
So as I say, you have to prepare for the long haul.
Ah.
So you see why this topic is so important
Mhm,
because
mhm.
you know, boy, what can prepare you for such the unexpected? Like you really don't know.
Mhm.
You just have no idea. You don't know what you nobody can tell you about it unless you're in it.
You could hear about it, but unless you experience it,
Yeah,
yes,
it's true.
Yeah,
different. Yeah.
nobody could tell you that it's gonna be like them.
Mhm.
It's not going to be a walk in the park
That's it.
for everybody because sometimes the baby, a lot of colic.
Yes.
Oh
Your
boy,
yeah.
talk about colic.
Yeah.
Is another story.
Yeah.
This colic thing.
And then you have a lot of aches,
Mhm.
the breast engorging,
Yeah.
the
Everybody
everything,
experience different.
every kind of
Yeah.
pain
Be
you can think
biting you.
about.
Yeah.
The latching on
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
another story.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different
They be
experience.
biting you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And colic.
Mhm.
I gonna have to give me a piece of wisdom as to how to hold this
Jedediah.
first child.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Got it
the
colic.
stomach, yeah.
And I was been working the night and I had to get up because my wife didn't know what to do. But I was the only man to settle the score in the night. I actually had to love doing it just to calm him, the special hold and to rub his back and just and see the baby fall asleep. I used to feel really important as a husband at that time. As a father, it was a real joyful feeling, to calm your son or your child, right? To me, I'm speaking because I have a son. So that was a beautiful thing. And then so what other aspects do we would say can and let me say bring about a challenge. No, a challenge is not a problem, and I think people need to understand that childbirth and the process of pregnancy could be a challenge, but it's not a problem.
No, we wouldn't
So
call
so
it
many
problem.
men
Challenges.
and women see it as a problem so much that they treat it as a problem. A challenge is meant to grow you. It is meant
For you to learn.
to bring you to a new place, yeah, to make you seek the information necessary
Right.
to help you to be. I
Grow,
mean, it's training on the job sometimes. And when you're on the job doing something and you don't know something, you should go and get information so you can do it, you know,
Well, yeah.
well. The thing about it is there's nothing new under the sun. So at the end of the day, the information is available.
Yes, somebody experienced it before. Somebody
you
can,
know?
Share
as we
some
said, that's why we
knowledge,
said read, go online, find out some information.
Yeah.
One of the challenges for me, I think, was sleep and not just sleep, but you know, sometimes. So I'm at
There's nothing no
home.
more called sleep. There's nothing. Once you have a baby in the house, there's nothing called sleep anymore.